Respect isn't something you have to ask for. It's something certain habits generate automatically, often within the first few conversations. Some women walk into a room and without saying a single dramatic thing, men instinctively treat them differently, more attentively, more carefully, more respectfully. It's not about beauty and it's not about being cold or unapproachable. It's about 5 specific habits, small, consistent patterns of behavior rooted in psychology. Today we're breaking down exactly what those habits are and why they trigger instant respect in a man's mind. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, it's worth understanding why respect works this way. Psychologists who study social dynamics point out that respect is rarely given based on what someone says about themselves. It's given based on observed behavior, specifically, behavior that signals self-respect first. In other words, the way you treat yourself teaches other people how to treat you. Men, in particular, tend to calibrate their behavior around a woman's own standards, often without realizing they're doing it. So the habits we're about to cover aren't about impressing anyone or performing confidence. They're about a woman genuinely operating from a place of self-worth, and that, more than anything else, is what triggers real respect. The first habit is directness, but specifically calm directness. A woman who says what she means, without hinting, over-explaining, or softening every sentence into vague suggestions, immediately signals something powerful. She trusts her own thoughts enough to state them plainly. This matters because ambiguity invites people to fill in the gaps however they want. When a woman is unclear about what she wants or how she feels, it can unintentionally invite men to test boundaries or guess, which often leads to misunderstandings and over time less respect. But when she communicates clearly and calmly, without aggression or apology, it leaves no room for guessing. Men tend to respect what they can clearly understand, and clarity, paired with calmness, reads as quiet strength. This isn't about being blunt or harsh. It's about saying, simply and honestly, what you think and what you need, and trusting that the right people will respect you more for it, not less. The second habit is consistency between words and actions, especially in small, seemingly unimportant moments. If she says she'll call at 7, she calls at 7. If she says she's not interested in something, she doesn't quietly go along with it anyway. This might sound minor, but psychologically, it's enormous. Every time someone's actions match their words, it builds what researchers call behavioral credibility, a track record that tells others what this person says can be trusted. Men notice this, often more than women realize. A woman who follows through on small commitments signals that she'll likely follow through on bigger ones too, including boundaries, especially the important ones. This builds a specific kind of respect, the belief that her yes means yes and her no means no. And once a man internalizes that, he treats her words and her boundaries with far more seriousness. The third habit is one of the most powerful and one of the hardest to fake. She doesn't chase external validation. This doesn't mean she's indifferent or doesn't care what people think at all. It means her sense of self-worth isn't dependent on constant reassurance, compliments, or approval from others, including from the man she's interested in. Here's why this matters psychologically. When someone visibly needs validation, fishing for compliments, seeking constant reassurance, changing opinions to match whoever they're talking to, it signals an unstable sense of self. And people, on an instinctive level, tend to respect stability more than approval-seeking. A woman who's comfortable existing without needing constant external affirmation radiates a kind of quiet security that's genuinely rare and genuinely magnetic. This is also why chasing a man's approval or constantly seeking proof that he likes her often backfires. The less she needs his validation to feel good about herself, the more, ironically, he tends to offer it because now it feels earned, not extracted. The fourth habit shows up specifically in conflict. She can disagree without it turning into a performance. Some people handle disagreement by escalating, raising their voice, becoming sarcastic, or turning small disagreements into character attacks. Others go the opposite direction, shutting down completely and refusing to engage. Both approaches, over time, erode respect because they make conflict feel unsafe or unproductive. A woman who can disagree clearly, firmly, even passionately, without descending into drama demonstrates real emotional regulation. She can say, "I don't agree with that and here's why," without needing to humiliate the other person or dissolve into silence. This is rare, and it's deeply respected because it signals emotional maturity. Men often describe this, even if they don't use these exact words, as feeling like they can actually talk to her, that disagreements lead somewhere productive instead of somewhere painful. This habit alone tends to separate relationships that last from relationships that quietly erode over time, because every long-term relationship requires the ability to disagree well. The fifth and final habit is boundaries around time and energy, specifically, the willingness to protect them, even when it's uncomfortable. This shows up in small ways. She doesn't drop her plans instantly every time he reaches out last minute. She doesn't sacrifice her sleep, her work, or her friendships to always be available. She has a life with its own rhythm, and she protects that rhythm, even in the early, exciting stages of getting to know someone. Psychologically, this communicates something important. Her time has value, and access to her isn't unconditional. This isn't about playing games or manufacturing unavailability. It's about genuinely valuing her own life enough not to abandon it for someone else's convenience. And men respect this because it mirrors exactly what they respect in anyone: a person who values themselves enough that their attention has to be earned, not assumed. When a woman protects her time and energy, it also naturally filters out men who aren't serious, because half-hearted interest doesn't survive contact with real boundaries. What's left, over time, tends to be genuine respect and genuine effort. Let's bring it all together. 1. She says what she means calmly, without hinting or over-explaining. 2. She keeps her word, even in small, seemingly unimportant moments. 3. She doesn't chase validation and radiates quiet security instead. 4. She handles disagreement without drama, signaling real emotional maturity. 5. She protects her own time and energy and doesn't abandon her life for convenience. None of these habits are about being cold, difficult, or unapproachable. They're about genuine self-respect, and self-respect, more than anything else, is what teaches other people how to treat you. If this video gave you a new way of thinking about respect and self-worth, that's exactly what this channel is here for. We explore the hidden psychology behind love, attraction, and human behavior, the patterns that are true, but rarely explained clearly. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we release new psychology and relationship insights every week. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 habits do you already practice? Drop a comment and let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.